Yeah, well, our next guest is a longtime Bitcoin bull. When he joined us last in May, he said the volatility is just part of the game. Have a listen.
In crypto and Bitcoin, you never really had to own Bitcoin more than 24 months to actually never lose money. So I think Bitcoin is hyper volatile. That's the nature of it, but that's what creates the reward for people. And again, even though Bitcoin is in the penalty box now, I still think it can exit the year over 100,000.
Well, it's in the penalty box once again here in Fundstrat's. Tom Lee is back with us. Tom, do you still think that it can get up to 100,000 this year?
Yes. I mean, Bitcoin's in a very rough patch now. And, I think the technical picture in the sort of current term doesn't look great. But we also have to keep in mind, Bitcoin makes most of its gains in 10 days in a single year. So the idea that it's below 30,000 now doesn't rule out the ability for this to generate some really big gains before year end and potentially touch 100,000 or higher.
But Tom, if some of the leverage is being taken out of the market right now, some of the retail investors who have been trading on a huge margin leaves the market, will it go up as quickly? Are we likely to see as many big moves even on the upside?
Yeah, I mean, I think one perspective we have to keep in mind is, we've got a trifecta of pretty bad news hitting Bitcoin, from basically national mining bans to, pretty tremendous regulatory scrutiny in the US. And if you look at any other year, these would have taken Bitcoin deep into a bear market, into a crypto winter. And yet Bitcoin is really only 50% off its highs. And that's at a time when, as you're pointing out, there's really been an effort to reduce the amount of leverage in crypto and in Bitcoin positions. So, with that trifecta, the fact that Bitcoin's kind of holding 30,000, of course, that's really a technical breakdown. I almost think that it should be kind of viewed as pretty impressive, actually.
Tom, why is a national mining ban in China, you think, so bad for the price of Bitcoin right now? It's been pretty clear for a while that China wasn't a big fan of cryptos that it can't control. It had talked about mining restrictions in the past, and I don't really get why, aside from maybe just sentiment, that there would be this reaction. What's your thought on
that? John, that's really the key question. For someone who, sort of appreciates blockchain technology and proof of work, the idea that there was so much hash power in mining concentrated in China was something that was actually a negative for the thesis long-term in Bitcoin. It's the same reason why people don't want to see oil production in politically unstable areas. You really want censorship resistance to mean mining should be done where it's lowest cost production, and that wasn't necessarily China. So it's absolutely a positive development, but institutional investors aren't necessarily the new buyers of Bitcoin in 2021. I think that there's retail and a lot of meme investing, and I think that their reaction to the headlines is really speaking to the idea that you are trying to transfer Bitcoin right now from these sort of meme hands or people buying it for the price into hands of people who appreciate really the technology and the idea of sound money.